Okay, guys, I am back. And I just realized that my game capture is not proper. 1 second. Un momento. There we go. We have picture. Picture hype. Okay. Anyway, so I am back. Hope you guys enjoyed the brief intermission video. I know you guys didn't watch all of it, but that was the first episode of Hermit Pack. Usually when I go on a little bit longer of a break, I like to just kind of throw up an intermission video so there's at least something for you guys to watch other than just music and a fancy be right back screen. So we are here in Kingdoms. This is my single player vanilla world for those of you who are not familiar with it. We've been doing all sorts of stuff. I'm avoiding the spoilers that will be present because I've got 3 videos from this coming out throughout the week. And they're all over there. We're not going to go over there. We're going to go this way. And I think we're actually going to do a little bit of work on my city. Jury, thank you for the host. I do appreciate it. I think we're going to do a little bit of work on the City of Solace, which is a basically kind of a city of light sort of thing. It's kind of hard to explain. You'll just have to see it. Also, there is a custom texture pack that I use in this series that changes a few things. You can probably barely tell, but there's a couple things like the fact that mossy cobblestone looks good instead of like vibrant green. Hi, my name is Sky. Thank you for the host as well. I do appreciate that too. So let's just kind of clear out my chest. My stuff is very kind of discombobulated right now from the work that I did. I just need to kind of get this stuff all sorted before I head off and do other things. Let's see. Ladders. We'll just, you know what? Let's just do this. So this stuff would all go in here. That would go in there. Hoppers would go in there. I guess I can throw a bow in here. It doesn't really matter. Got a glass chest somewhere, I thought. Maybe not. Oh, no, it's up here. Here we go. Daniel Marr, thank you for the host, too. I appreciate it. Mob drops all go in here. Let's see. And sticks in here. Pretty sure I got a crafting table in my ender chest already. Yeah, I've got 3 of them. I don't need that many crafting dungeons. I've got so many because I just like make them. I forget that I have one somewhere and I just make another one. I'm very guilty of doing that. Oh well, it happens. That can go in here. Anything left in this shulker box? No. Awesome. So that shulker box can go in here. This is my ender pearl one, so that one's fine. Smooth sandstone, I think, would go in there. I've been doing a lot of building with sandstone. I've got chests upon chests of stone. This isn't all stone, though. So let's clear out the stuff that isn't. Stone brick up in here. Some mossy cobble in there. That can go over here. Over here. Gravel. Where's my gravel chest? Here it is. There we go. Yes, that is, Zapdos is correct. That is how you host. If that's something that you want to do. Duxie donated $1. Forgot to ask, when does your Patreon whitelist update for new Patreon? Generally start of the month. I'll send you a message on Patreon after the stream is, after I'm done streaming for the day, to basically cover all those details. Let's just put all of our stone into this guy right here for the moment. Is this? I think this is a full chest, right? Or a full shulker box? Yeah. We'll just put that over here. I'm going to temporarily put this guy here, I guess. While we sort the rest of these out. There's so much, like, random stuff. Let's see. Organization. Great, riveting, very exciting content, I know. Sorry, guys. Has to get done. So that we can move on to other bigger, better things. Can you farm shulkers? Not exactly. At least, because the problem is they don't respawn. So, basically, what's in the end is what you've got. So they're very difficult, if not impossible, to actually farm. But, with that said, in a single-player world, it's not that hard to get a bunch of shulker boxes. Chris Decree, thank you for the host. I do appreciate that. because you can fly around in the end with your elytra and find, you know, end cities upon end cities. So I've got plenty of shulker boxes. I've got more shulker shells in here to make more of them if I feel that I need them. There we go. Let's do that. And we'll plop this down, mine that out real quick. Coal in there. Obsidian in here. Redstone lamps would go in there. Redstone up here. Ender pearls I'm just going to go and throw in there for now. Anything left in this chest? No. That one's all finished off as well. TCW 3002. Thank you for the host. I appreciate it. I didn't mess up a name. I know. It's a miracle. Names are a speciality of mine. What can I say? All right, so let's see here. Sand. Regular sand would go in there. Let's just do one of these. Music, while you stop. There we go. Let's put all this stuff in here. Get rid of that. Get it out of our inventory. Put a lever here. Still got lots of stuff left. Man, so many shulker boxes. It was a big project. What can I say? Hey, Matt the Dev. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Good to have you here. Thanks for the host. I appreciate it. Let's put all this stuff away. Actually, those fences do not go in there. Fences would go up here. Beautiful. Stairs. Where do I have birch? This row. There we go. That can go in here. We've got cactus dye that can go in there. Glowstone up here. Oh, am I out of room for cactus dye? Oh no, I'm gonna need a new chest very soon for all this random stuff. What can I get out of here? Torches. Torches can go somewhere else. There we go. Let's just make sure I can see all the things that I need to be able to see over here. There we go. Much better. Fantastic. You're back. What did you miss? Not a whole lot. We're now in Kingdoms, my single-player world, and I'm basically just doing a little bit of organization before we get started with what I actually want to work in, or work on, I should say, in this stream today. So that's cleared out. I just finished a big kind of project that you'll see throughout this week, and as a result, my inventory is like a disaster, and it needs to be sorted out before I can really do anything else. We'll do that. Let's just get all of this stuff out of here as well. Stone can go in here. Put all this stuff away. Let's see. Granite over here. Cobble. Brick. Dirt. The iron needs to be smelted, which is fine. Where be... Aha! You, over here. Redstone lamps. Ah, this chest, like, is just a disaster. Like, I need to do something here. I don't know what, but this whole chest is just, like, filled with random things. I'll take the bucket out, I guess, and put it in my ender chest. Because I don't know what else to do with it. That can go in here. That's empty. Here we've got a ton of birch wood, I think. Yeah, all sorts of just various wood things. Pretty much all of this can go back into here, where it belongs. There we go. More planks. I do have some fences that I need to put somewhere. And gates. So much stuff. Ah. Will I eventually make an iron farm? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not really a very technical player, so I might make an iron farm, but I'm certainly not, I'm not in a hurry to do so. Yeah, this... Okay. Well... I don't know what to do with all this extra stuff. Like, I've just got so much stuff. This glass can all go into here. And that finishes off that shulker box. This is all sand and sandstone, I believe. Yep. There we go. So sand in there. Sandstone. I need room for chiseled sandstone. There we go. Put all that away. There's another shulker box finished off. This, I believe, is pretty much all resources. Yep. Lots and lots of resources. Except for that glowstone. I don't know why that's in there. Whatever. Diamonds. Iron ingots. Lapis blocks. And then we've got all of this coal, which I really need to do something about. Oh, it's night. Hi, night. Yeah, I know. So many shulker boxes. It's insane. Came through your Project Ozone 1 playthrough. Yeah, good. That was a pretty fun pack. I got bored of it relatively quickly, but I think that was because I was just coming off like another Skyblock. So, yeah. Is this a server? No, this is a single-player vanilla world. I know, I still haven't retextured glowstone. I gotta find I need to decide what I want to do for that. I've got some ideas, but I just haven't figured out what I actually want to do with the glowstone texture. Why is this taking forever to sleep? Like, this is a single-player world. Oh no! Oh no! I'm stuck! Ah! Okay, 1 second. Try again. I'll close it and log back in. Weird thing with the snapshots. Sometimes it does that. There we go. I don't know what was causing that, but whatever. Ooh, frame rate. There we go. Much better. So let's see about doing something with this coal. I'd like to find like a flat area, but there really isn't one around here. What do I have a plan? I have a couple things. I actually want to do a little bit of redstone. I know, crazy. It's not something that happens very often. But I would like to do a little bit of redstone. And then also, I would really like to be able to work on Solus, my city of light in this world as well. Okay, so these are both stone. This is a stone one. This one actually has stuff in it. This is empty. We'll put that here. Grab out the ender pearls to make more room. I'm going to put some ender pearls in here. I'll keep some on me. There we go. What was in here? Oh, yeah. All sorts of random stuff. Stone. Stone bricks. Mossy stone bricks. More random stuff. I've got books. Oh, man. I don't have anywhere to put that stuff either. I probably will not go back to Simply Magic. I usually don't play packs more than once. Usually if I play a pack, that's going to be the only time that I play it. At least for the most part. There are some there are exceptions to every rule, but probably will not be going back to Simply Magic. Do that. So much stuff. Ah. Oh, at least compasses stack. That's a thing. That's good. There we go. Still have to figure out what I'm going to do with these books. For now, I'm just going to put them in here because I don't know what else to do with them. And then we've got a bunch of ores. Chest. Bones. I have not played Project Ozone 2, no. Thank you, Pillow Dater. I appreciate it. Let's go. Oh, That's another thing I need to fix. My AFK fishing farm, it broke in the snapshots. And I haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. But my auto smelter is right here. Throw that in here. Ooh, hello, ingots. Good stuff. I need to get a beacon base that doesn't involve, like, all of my iron. I have an extra beacon in this, like a project beacon, I guess you would call it, which is just like an extra one for when I need it. But it pretty much has all of my iron and gold in it. So, yeah, not exactly ideal. I'll put, let's see, those are all empty. Okay. So, coal. We have a lot of coal to do something with. We'll see how much coal we get from this. 2.5 stacks. Do you have a design for the AFK fishing farm? I do. There's one on my channel, but it's not actually the one that I used for this. It's a different one. But yeah, I do have a working design. I haven't just got around to actually implementing it yet. So it's on my to-do list. Yes, write music, including vocals. 7 Days to Die, what about it? There we go. Want to get... I don't like having, like, ore blocks, unless I'm planning on using them for decorative purposes. Otherwise, you end up having to do this, and then it gets, like, kind of annoying. Alright, there we go. 43 more to go. Getting close. 2 more runs. And we should have all of it. There we go. Am I in the UK? No, I am not. I'm in America. Or the US, however you want to call it. Audio seems a bit off. Seems fine on my end. How... Have I made an Enderman farm in this world? Yes. Yes, I have. It's the Doc M design that uses the Endermite. And it's fantastic and amazing, and I love it. Am I going to play more Hermit Pack today? I might. I very well might. I'm planning on streaming for the majority of today. And I'm planning on kind of bouncing around between different things. Between, you know, Hermit Pack, Hermit Craft, Kingdoms. Might even play a little bit of Total War. Haven't decided yet. I know I probably would have, like... you know, 30 viewers who'd actually watch Total War, but that's okay. I don't mind. It's all about having fun. I mean, it's a celebratory stream, so, you know, that's a thing. Let's see. So we will take you out and you out. I can toss these in here. And then we have room for a stone shulker box right there. That's filled with stone. Let's see how this guy's doing. That one's full. So we can take both of these out. That can go in here. And that needs to come out as well. There we go. So that's all done. I think we're finally done with the inventory management. I think it's finally finished. Whew. That took significantly longer than I thought it was going to. That's all right. We're good. So, one problem I have in this world is that I'm starting to run a bit low on some resources. I'm running low on birch. I'm running low on oak. I'm pretty much out of acacia, pretty much out of dark oak, and pretty much out of jungle wood. So that's something that I want to get sorted out. I need to do some resource gathering. Also, want to work on our city, which is named Solus. Are there any of you guys in the chat who have not seen any of Kingdoms yet? Because I could do a little bit of kind of a walk around as well. Bedazzled Justin, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. So we'll sneak over here. Birch, my favorite block. Not so much. Not in the vanilla texture pack, anyway. However, this is not the vanilla texture pack. This is my own texture pack, and birch in this actually looks good. It doesn't clash with anything, or with everything, I should say. And that makes a huge difference. Like, it actually looks... Here, I would use it. And here, I do use it. Haven't seen Kingdoms. Probably only seen the One World Tour. Haven't seen it all. Okay, so basically, why don't we do like a real quick little sort of world tour. I won't cover everything just because there's parts of the world that are kind of far away, and I don't want to walk forever and ever and ever. But we'll do a little bit of a world tour here so that you guys who are not familiar with this world can kind of know what's going on and know what's getting caught up. So Kingdoms is basically my single-player world. It's a vanilla world, you know, vanilla survival, no command blocks or anything goofy like that. And essentially, the idea of this world is to build it up over time. My plan is to basically have Kingdoms be it will be my vanilla survival world. Period. End of discussion. The only vanilla survival world, or single player anyway, that I will have until, you know, forever, basically. So we're coming up on 100 episodes of this, I think. Or maybe, no. We're in like the 60s right now. We're coming up on 100 episodes of Hermitcraft. But basically, the world has like a story to it that's constantly kind of developing over time. So, for example, the area that we started in at the beginning of this stream where I was doing all the inventory management, that's the town, that's the little fort, the outpost, if you will, of Altum. One second, I'm getting a phone call. Who's calling me? Oh, nope, just kidding. It's an Amber Alert. I don't know. Just, important stuff. Don't get me wrong. Amber Alerts are very, very important, but I don't really want to focus on calls and things when I'm in the middle of a stream for obvious reasons. So, anyway, Altum is an outpost that's inhabited by mercenaries, and you can kind of see that reflected in the build style there. And then we've got we have Solus, the City of Light, which is this little guy, like right over here. The big project that I'm kind of working on here is this huge cathedral, which is far from completed. In fact, the whole city of Solus, I need to really kind of go back and do some major work on. But we've got kind of a different build style here, different block palette than our other areas. Let's just run in here and take a nap real quick, because it's kind of late. There we go. There we go. What are Amber Alerts? Amber Alerts are basically like mass text messages that go out to say that basically like a child has gone missing. Used to, you know, last seen getting into a vehicle with a shady character with this license plate, you know, stuff like that. What country am I from? I'm from the USA. Okay, so anyway, this is Solus. This is our only real city. Everything else is kind of a town. Still a work in progress, very much so. Still far from done. Lots more to do here. And then I've got, over here, the farming village of Altum. Or, I'm sorry, this is Anona. This is our farming village. You can see we got some pretty extensive farms. This is built in kind of a Tudor style. This was like right when the bone block first came out. And you can see it's implemented here in a lot of these builds. And then we've also got over here an outpost. This is Altum, the mercenary outpost. And this world is really just kind of focused on aesthetics and beauty. Have I ever done a Minecraft nomadic survival? I don't know. It doesn't really interest me, honestly, because what I like to do in Minecraft is all very building focused, and I feel like a nomadic survival would be very anti-building. We've got a little bandit cave over here with some chests and things like that. Somewhere along here, there's a pretty cool skeleton farm that I actually really like the look of. I don't know which armed forces. Right now I am active duty U.S. Army. I will go back to being in the Guard in November, which is also when I'm going full time. Oh, come on now. There we go. So this is our skeleton farm. It's here. You can come down into the basement. You can see all the little details on the wall that make it kind of spooky and scary. This dark block, this is granite, retextured in my texture pack. So pretty easy little skeleton farm. Very kind of worn down and beat up, which is what I wanted. Very kind of a dilapidated building. In fact, this series is kind of the first one where I really kind of got into the dilapidated run-down build style. That's not something that I had done before this. But anyway, that's pretty much the majority of the main areas in the world. Then we've got a bunch of little, like, side projects kind of spread out all over the place. Nether, stuff in the Nether, couple farms here and there, you know, stuff like that. Ever think I would build a village in 7 Days to Die? I really have no interest to play 7 Days to Die, to be honest. No, I'm actually not going to retire from the military. I thought I was going to for a long time, and then I don't know. I'm ready to move on with my life. YouTube kind of happened, and I was like, oh, I don't need to retire from the military. I can do YouTube. Am I going to bring Expedition back? I'm sure I will eventually. It is one of my mod packs. I'll probably wait until the mods that I want are out for a version that I want. So it's not going to be something I'm like actively working on right now or planning on right now, but it is something that will probably happen eventually. Red nether brick and stone bricks to make a Victorian theme down. Maybe. Maybe. The problem with red nether bricks is that they don't come in slabs and stairs, which makes them very kind of challenging to work with. Couplecraft will be back eventually as well. Wifey is away on a business trip right now. She's not going to even be back until probably November or so. So it's not even possible for me to record Couplecraft right now, even if I was ready to do so, which I'm not. But I'm thinking Couplecraft will be back sometime like late November, early December time frame is kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of my current plan, at least. Once I have some time to actually put together a mod pack and all that kind of good stuff. We will start a new one. It'll be a new mod pack and a new world. Probably for 1.10.2, I'm assuming. Maybe 1.11, but I doubt we'll have a whole lot of mods for 1.11 by then. He recently built a Victorian house from nether brick and stone. Very nice. I don't understand why red nether brick does not come in slabs and stairs. It makes no sense at all. Like, it's a beautiful block, but the fact that it doesn't come in slabs and stairs just basically extremely limits its usefulness, and it doesn't serve any purpose other than aesthetics. That's the other thing, too. Like, it's not used in any crafting recipes. It's only used for aesthetics. So why would you add an aesthetic block to the game and not give it slabs and stairs when it's a block that would totally make sense for it to be slabs and stairs? Yes, this is in the latest snapshot. Actually, it's the second, not the latest one, but the second to latest, 16W39C. And I'm not having any major issues with it. I didn't have any issues with like blocks disappearing or crazy things like that. I do occasionally get a crash here and there. In fact, we had one earlier in the stream when I try to sleep in a bed. Sometimes it like just freezes and I just get stuck in the bed forever. But closing the game and reopening fixes it. So I wouldn't say any major issues. But I'm happy with the snapshot. Let's go over here. There's so many blocks that really should have slabs and stairs that don't. Like, I just don't. I don't know. Let's go. Oh, hey, come here, you. I'm trying to get all the birch wood. Replenish my supplies. The New Kingdoms episode is in the end. I'm trying to remember which one came out today. No, it's actually, it's not in the end itself. It's in the end portal room. So basically this week in Kingdoms, what I'm going to be doing is overhauling my end portal room to make it look not terrible. Because until I think I recorded pretty much all of those on Sunday. Until I started recording that project, it looked pretty bad. It was terrible. It was just basically a portal stuck in the end portal room in the stronghold, and it wasn't good. And we recently built a pretty big cactus farm that's out in the desert, because the stronghold in this world is directly underneath a desert. We so it gets used for that as well. And I was like, I come through this portal all the time. I want something nice to look at instead of this terrible, like, just stronghold. Have you considered doing some serious landscaping of a whole area on this server? I actually did a pretty decent amount of it. And this isn't a server, by the way. This is a single-player world. But I know what you meant. I've actually done a fair amount of landscaping in a lot of the areas here. The path that leads from the farming village from Anona up to the outpost, which is like way over there, has pretty much all been landscaped. Although I will say, Scar is definitely a better landscaper than me. Although, to be fair, I think Scar's pretty much a better landscaper than anybody. So that's a thing. Planning on getting into the mod with the magical flowers. I'm assuming you're talking about Hermit Pack, and that magical flower mod is Botania. That's what I'm assuming anyway. And yes, I will be getting into it eventually, although it's not something that I'm going to, like, prioritize and do really early game. It is something that I will definitely want to get into sooner or later, because there's some pretty cool stuff in Botania. Pocket Edition has nether... Well, PC Edition has nether brick stairs and slabs as well, but it doesn't have the red nether brick stairs and slabs. Does Pocket Edition have red nether brick stairs and slabs and stairs? Other blocks other than full blocks? Thank you, Brownie Bits. I do appreciate that. Just get a bunch of this. I'm basically just going to level this birch forest, to be honest. Because my eventual plan is that the city of Solus will pretty much extend over this whole area anyway, because it's going to be an actual city, not just a little village. So pretty much all these trees are going to have to disappear at some point anyway, and I might as well get them now so that I can get the wood for them. Because I need more resources on this in this world in a very bad way. I'm very low because I haven't done a proper, like, resource gathering session in quite a while. I've just been running on my stockpiles. Can you donate without using PayPal? I don't believe so. I think it's pretty much PayPal or... although, I think PayPal does accept, like, a card directly. I'm not really sure. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I certainly don't do it for the donations. I do it for the fun and mostly just to hang out with you guys. Or at least the streaming aspect of it. I do to hang out with you. It's kind of hard to hang out with you in YouTube videos, you know, but that's okay. Hello, I'm assuming that's Mountain Rescue. MTN Rescue. Oh, MTN. You know who I'm talking about. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Yeah, I unfortunately don't have subscription options because I am not a partnered Twitch streamer at the moment, and I'm not even going to apply for partnership until probably January or so. I figure I should probably have at least like a semi-regular stream before I apply to be a Twitch partner. That would probably be helpful. So that will happen. I will be applying for Twitch partnership eventually, but I'm not at the point where right now I have the time to stream regularly. So at least until November, when I can actually have like an actual stream schedule, I'm not going to apply. And then I figure I should probably stream for a couple months on a regular schedule before I apply for a partnership. Yeah, I would love to do more live streams, Peyton. Like, it would be... I definitely will be doing more live streams come November when I go full-time YouTube. Right now, I work about 120 hours a week between YouTube and the Army, so I really just don't have the time to do live streams. Like, my day is basically wake up, go to work, come home, work some more on YouTube, go to bed. Like, that's my entire life right now. And I don't have any spare time at all. And it's a little ridiculous, actually. Like, I have no life. Today, will I play Hermit Pack? I actually already did. That's what I did for the first roughly 2.5, 3 hours of the stream. But I am planning on streaming for most of the day today, so I'll probably go back to it probably later this afternoon. That's kind of my plan. I think we need to go gather some spruce wood. Actually, let's put this birch into here, because this is really the big area of the world where I'm using a lot of birch. We'll just dump that in there. That should tide me over for at least a while. Any Hermitcraft? Probably going to do Hermitcraft as well. 120 hours? Yeah, well, the problem is, apparently sleep is something that you actually need so you don't die. So, you know, that's a thing. And I mean, I am married, so I probably should, like, at least say hello to my wife occasionally. At least I think I'm still married. I don't know. I haven't seen her for so long. Will I be uploading the stream to YouTube? I don't know. I've never actually uploaded a stream to YouTube before, so I need to look into what goes into it. I know for sure I will at least be archiving this stream on Twitch, so you will be able to go back and watch it here if I don't upload it to YouTube. Sleep is for the weak? Yeah, well, keep in mind, I only get like, probably 5 hours of sleep a night, I would say. 5, maybe 6 on a good night. So, yeah. Because I work about 60 hours a week doing Army stuff, and then another 60 hours a week doing YouTube stuff. So, not really a whole lot of stuff. What line of work is wifey in? She works in the dairy industry, so she goes to a lot of like state fairs and stuff like that, and those happen kind of all over the country. So she'll leave for a couple weeks, and she'll go to like 4 state fairs and do stuff like that. Love the buildings, and the 15-minute builds are awesome. Thank you, I do appreciate that. Just joined, what have you missed? Well, let's see. We streamed the Hermit Pack modded server for roughly the first 2.5 hours. Did some power generation stuff. Did some upgrades to our Tinker's tools. YDYT Twitch donated $20. Hey, just popping in to say hi for a bit. Congrats on 100K. That's insane. Only been like 2 years as well. I remember you hitting 500 subs. YDYT Twitch, always good to have you here. Thank you so much for the donation and for your long-term support. I really do appreciate it. If I'm going to donate, is it better to donate on Patreon better than Twitch? Twitch actually takes a very small percentage of donations. Patreon also takes a pretty small percentage. The big thing that you want to avoid is donating on YouTube itself using the fan funding option, because YouTube takes 45% of that donation. So say you donate, say you're crazy and you donate like $100, that means if you donate directly on YouTube using their fan funding, I get 55 of that 100 and YouTube pockets the rest. And then on top of that, you've got like PayPal fees and taxes and all that kind of stuff. So you donate $100 and I end up on YouTube with like, you know, maybe 40. So less than half of your actual money goes to me. Whereas on Twitch, Patreon, stuff like that, the percentage is considerably higher. Excuse me. So, but basically Patreon, I would recommend Patreon if you're looking for something that's, you know, regular, you know, every month. And if it's a one-time thing, the Twitch alerts link down below that says donate in big letters. That one is the way to go if it's just a one-time thing. Either one works. The cut that gets taken by other parties is relatively small for both. I don't even know what the percentage is off the top of my head, but I think it's like 2% or something like that. 5%. I don't know. There we go. We'll just get ourselves some spruce wood. Yeah, there is a fan funding option. It's on my actual YouTube channel page, and I can't figure out how to get rid of it. Because yeah. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, I completely appreciate anybody who does decide to support me in that way, but the fact that YouTube takes such a massive percentage of it is a little insane. I don't really agree with that. I'm fine with them taking a pretty significant portion of ad revenue, because ad revenue, they set up, you know, YouTube basically sets up all the ads. Like, if I were to do that myself, I wouldn't even know how to get in touch with an advertising company and be like, hey, can you run ads on my videos? YouTube basically manages all that. They're like the middleman, if you will. So I don't mind them taking a pretty significant portion of that because it's their platform and they do all the work with the advertising and stuff like that. But when it comes to like donations, that I don't think YouTube deserves such a significant cut of donation money, especially since someone who donates is generally not donating to support YouTube. They're donating to support the content creator. Do I plan on streaming more regularly now? Yes, come November. So basically this will probably be my last stream until I go full-time YouTube, which is going to be sometime in mid-November. But once that happens, I will be on a pretty regular stream schedule. I haven't decided yet if I'm just going to stream every other day or if I'm going to stream on set days like, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday or something like that. But there will be some sort of a regular stream schedule in November. The reason that it has to wait until November is when my active duty Army orders end, and I will go from working 120 hours a week to actually having a life again and having some time when I can stream. That's really what the holdup is. I was very fortunate that our celebration is happening today because I just happened to have a 4-day weekend. If it weren't for that, this stream would not have been at all possible. But I was able to actually get free time. I actually have today off of work, thanks to, I think, Columbus Day or something like that. So I have a 4-day weekend, and that's why I'm able to stream today. Come November, though, I will be able to stream significantly more often. I will actually have free time on my hands, and I'll be able to stream because I'll be doing roughly the same amount of content that I'm producing now. I'll be producing a little bit more. I'm definitely going back up to 3 videos a day in November. And that I should also say that in November there will be more time put into my content, but it's not going to equal an extra 60 hours a week, which is what I'm losing right now by being in the military. So, yeah, it will be good. It will be very good. I'll have time to stream. I'll have time to make some content that I am not able to right now. There will be a lot more time for collaborations, all sorts of good things. November is going to be an awesome month. The changes that are going to be happening at that time, I'm really looking forward to. And I think you guys will really enjoy them as well. It's Thanksgiving here. Oh, yeah, it is Thanksgiving in Canada. Happy Thanksgiving, Canadians. I hope you're celebrating with copious amounts of maple syrup and donuts and pancakes and all that other kind of Canadian stuff. What do I do in the military? I am a paralegal and court reporter, so I work basically in military law. I work in a courthouse. Nothing too crazy or, you know, just it's actually quite enjoyable. I actually really like my job. I get to deal with the military justice system, and I work directly for a judge, so I'm kind of left to my own devices. Nobody really messes with me. I'm just kind of left to do my job and focus on work, and you know, and you get to hear some interesting things and get some interesting stories, and you get to kind of see justice be done, which is always a good feeling as well. Just tuned in, what did you miss? Not a whole lot. We did about 2.5 hours on the Hermit Pack, the new Hermitcraft modded server, and then I switched over to Kingdoms, and right now I'm just kind of gathering resources because my stockpiles in this world are dangerously low right now, and I need to do something about that, so I actually have materials to build, whereas up to this I really didn't. Yes, this is Kingdoms. There we go. Thanks, I'll chug some maple syrup. Sounds very Canadian, eh? Yeah, I record all of my episodes on the weekend, or at least as many as I possibly can. So, like, actually, I can show you. Here, 1 second. Let's switch over to monitor capture real quick. There we go. And I will actually show you my schedule. There we go. So this is my actual schedule. Why is this... Go away. Intermission video overlay. So this is my actual schedule. You can see it's basically just an Outlook calendar, and it has all the videos that I will be putting out throughout the week. Green means it has been recorded, edited, and uploaded to YouTube. Yellow means it's been rendered and edited, but it hasn't actually been uploaded yet. Orange means that it has been recorded but not edited, and then this kind of light blue means that it is not recorded at all. TRVTH, Triv, however that's pronounced, thank you so much for the donation. I do appreciate it. I really appreciate the support. So yeah, this is the schedule, and basically what I'll do is I'll plan out all the videos for the week. I'll say, okay, on this day I'm going to have an episode of this and this and this, and then I'll record them all, and I basically record everything on the weekends as much as I possibly can, because I don't have time to do it throughout the week. So, there you go, behind the scenes with Welsknight Gaming. But yeah, I mean, basically, I get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, start recording, record until about 11 o'clock at night, do the same thing on Sunday, and then edit and render my videos then throughout the week. So that's basically how my life works right now. Because by the time I get home from work on weekdays, I'm just so like tired from working all day that I'm just ready to like eat supper and go to bed. I could do voiceovers easily. I've actually done a couple of them here and there. Not like commercial voiceovers or anything like that, but like every now and again I'll have a time when a video doesn't work properly because, you know, in a move of like super epic YouTube professionalism, I'll forget to like unmute my mic while I record a half-hour video. So occasionally I'll have to do a voiceover from that. Or I'll do like, I think I've done a couple like trailers for Minecraft maps. I think I've done 2 of those for friends, stuff like that. So it is what it is. Yes, Mossy Cobblestone. What are some of my hobbies outside of gaming? I really enjoy music. I sing, I play guitar, and I am capable of playing drums, although I haven't actually owned a drum set now in several years, just because they're big and loud, and it's kind of difficult when you're moving around and living in a small apartment to have a drum set. Although I don't live in a tiny small apartment anymore. Ever since I moved down to Tennessee, I live in a pretty nice place. But anyway, so music would be a big hobby. Obviously, just, you know, hanging out with friends and stuff like that is always enjoyable. But I mean, I don't really have time to do any of that stuff right now. I don't really have any hobbies. Like, I have hobbies, but I don't have time to actually partake in any of those hobbies at the moment. What kind of computer do you have? I have a custom-built gaming PC. It was ordered, actually, on CyberPower PC, which is a website. And it's got an i7 4790K, I believe. It's got a GTX 980. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gigabyte SSD. It's a pretty beastly machine. I think I'm going to be upgrading. I don't think I'm going to upgrade it this year. I think I'll wait till next year, and then I'm going to upgrade the graphics card and the processor and stuff in it. But for now, it definitely gets the job done. I mean, we're in vanilla right now, and I'm getting 230 FPS with a render distance of 18 chunks and no Optifine. So, you know, it does what I need it to do. Do I play acoustic? Definitely acoustic. I have an electric. I've got an Ibanez electric, but I haven't touched it in quite literally years. Mostly, I have a Gibson acoustic that I play more than anything else. That's really my go-to guitar. Canadian-made Gibson Dreadnought. It's beautiful. I don't actually have it here at the moment, but it is a beautiful sounding and a beautifully looking guitar. How did I come up with my name? That's actually a pretty good story. I can share that one. So when I was growing up, my mom is a first grade teacher at a private Lutheran school, right? And that school is part of a Lutheran synod from Wisconsin called the WELS, W-E-L-S, the Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod. And when I was in roughly like late middle school, I decided to pick out a username for things that I was doing at the time. And the high school that I was going to be going to, their mascot was the Knights. So the Welsknight was just kind of a byproduct of those two things. And then, you know, nobody ever had Welsknight taken when I'd, you know, register for something on the internet or whatever. And it just kind of stuck with me. I've had it now since I was like, I don't know, 11 years old. And it's just kind of always, Welsknight has kind of become a part of who I am. So that's just what I've always used. So when I made my channel, Welsknight Gaming was just kind of the natural choice. There we go. Who are your best friends on Hermitcraft? I would say probably the former Kingdom Crafters, just because I know them best. I mean, obviously everybody on Hermitcraft is a good friend, but the former Kingdom Crafters more than anyone else. I would say my absolute best friend on Hermitcraft is without a doubt Good Times with Scar. If you look back through the history of Scar's channel and the history of my channel, for roughly the last 2 years or so, year and a half, 2 years, our channels have kind of been intertwined. Every server I've played on, he's also played on. We've done a lot of stuff together. We've just become very, very good friends. And Scar is one of the few people on YouTube that I talk to regularly outside of anything related to YouTube. Like, you know, I'll see Scars online on Skype, and I'll just be like, hey, Scar, you want to chat? And we'll, you know, get in a call and just talk. And that doesn't really happen with any of the other hermits. Not because I'm against the idea, but just because timing is such a thing. You know, and it is what it is. But I mean, obviously I'm friends with all the hermits. Scar, though, without a doubt, is probably I would say Scar is probably my best YouTube friend, whether we're talking hermits or just in general. Any ideas for a new series? Ideas for me for a new series or ideas for somebody else for a new series? Will you stream Hermitcraft or Hermit Pack again today? I will almost certainly stream Hermitcraft today, and I will probably stream Hermit Pack again today as well. As I've said a couple of times, I am planning on streaming for the vast majority of today. I'll probably take a couple hour break sometime this afternoon so I can, get some food and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll start streaming again in the late afternoon, early evening. But we're going to go here until probably like 2 o'clock, I'm thinking. 2 o'clock my time, that's a little bit over an hour. So, yeah. And then we'll go back, Hermitcraft, Hermit Pack. And I think I am probably going to stream some Total War today as well. I'll do that relatively late, though, after most people have gone to bed. Just because there's not a huge interest for Total War. As much as I love and adore the game and that franchise. What's my favorite modded series? I'm loving Hermit Pack right now. I'm absolutely adoring Hermit Pack. It's great to have a bunch of new things to play around with. It's really kind of refreshing to not have just the same set of mods that I always have, used and grown accustomed to. So I'm really enjoying Hermit Pack. I think the most fun I've ever had with a modded series... probably Stud Tech. Probably Stud Tech Season 2. That was probably my my favorite overall. That or the, I don't know. Expedition was fun. I've pretty much loved all of my modded series in one form or another. Am I getting materials for a build? Yes, I am. Well, partially. I'm getting materials for a build, and I'm also getting materials just to have materials. I haven't done a proper, resource gathering session in this world in several weeks. So, my stockpiles are running pretty low. And, with me only being able to record on weekends, I really don't have all that much time to do a ton of extensive resource gathering. So we're taking advantage of it. We're basically just kind of replenishing our stockpiles a bit. There we go. When will Couplecraft Season 2 come out? Probably late November, early December. Wifey is away on a business trip right now and won't be back until at least probably around early November. So even if I was ready to record Couplecraft right this very second with a mod pack and everything, we wouldn't be able to. So that's going to be something that I work on once I go full-time in mid-November, and it'll probably come out a couple weeks after that. I do love spruce. Spruce is without a doubt my favorite building block, or my favorite block in Minecraft, just because it's so versatile. You can use it with absolutely anything. It doesn't clash. It looks great. It comes in slabs and stairs and fences. It's just a great all-around block. Do you have Unbreaking on the axe? Yes, I do. I have Unbreaking, Smite 5, Mending, Efficiency 4 or 5? Efficiency 5. All these tools are pretty decked out. This shovel. No, that shovel has Mending. What? Maybe it's Hermitcraft where I don't have Mending on my shovel. Yes, there is no Optifine for the snapshots. That is correct. That is why I don't have Optifine. I do love Optifine, but mostly just for the custom skies, to be honest. That's really the reason I use them, so that my beautiful custom skies from Halcyon Days work. Too bad I can't catch the whole stream because I have school tomorrow and live in Greece, so it's already 9 in the evening. Wow. Well, thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. It's always good to have you join. All right, that's probably enough spruce, considering we also have a shulker box that's full of it, or at least mostly full of it. So let's see. What else do I need? I need some dark oak. I need some acacia. I mean, I suppose I don't really want to go get acacia because the place where I go to get acacia is spoiler-tastic right now, because it's basically we would have to go through the room that I worked on all week and or for all 3 videos this week. So I don't particularly want to go get a bunch of acacia wood, but we will get some dark oak. There's some over there. Building style is almost the same. Could you give me the IP for Hermitcraft? Yeah, I don't give out the IP to Hermitcraft. Hermitcraft is a private whitelisted server. And to be honest, if you... for people to be on Hermitcraft, it's really a matter of who you know. It's not a matter of how good your content is or how successful your channel is. It's a matter of being friends with the right people. That's really what it comes down to. Alright, so that's all good. We can put mossy cobble. Ooh, I'm actually running a little bit low on that, too. Why saplings have their own chest? They should not be in here. Any more saplings? No. Okay. Oh, except I'm completely full on birch saplings. Okay, birch saplings can go in there. Fine. Boons. All right, let's go get ourselves some dark oak, and then I think we'll actually get to doing some building. We've been pushing off on it. If not Minecraft, what do I like to play? I absolutely love the Total War franchise. It's a 4X game, kind of like, kind of imagine like Civilization, if Civilization had like real-time strategic tactical combat. That's basically what Total War is, and it's been a game and a franchise that I've been playing since the very first one came out in like 1998. I have a long and very enjoyable history with Total War. What else do I love? I really enjoy... I mean, there's a lot of games that I really love. Fire Emblem. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan. If Nintendo weren't Nintendo, I would play Fire Emblem on the channel, but Nintendo, enough said. So that's the reason you haven't seen any of that. I've been a Pokemon fan for a long time. I mean, there's a lot of... I enjoy a wide variety of video games. Pretty much the only games that I don't care for are sports games. And that's about it. And kind of puzzle games, too. I don't really play a lot of puzzle games. But I play a lot of different stuff. Hug for me. Why, thank you for the hug. I love hugs. Hugs are wonderful. Let's do that. Looks like it's getting late again, so let's take a little sleep. Would I build a new storage place in the new... I'm going to have to build a new storage room soon. I don't know if it's going to be in our new kingdom, but I'm going to need to overhaul my storage system very soon. I'm running out of space in a lot of my chests, and it's not doing it for me. So I think I'm going to have to revamp my chest room. Might actually do something with the shulker boxes. We'll see. We will have to see. Yes, Zelda. There's another one that I'm a huge fan of. I have played and beaten every Zelda game ever. Well, maybe not ever, but all the console ones I've beaten. And most of the handhelds. Do I play Pokemon Go? Not anymore. I kind of lost interest with it. I played it like when it first came out for a couple of weeks. Wifey and I would go on walks and stuff. And then there was a bunch of glitches and things that you know, kind of took the fun out of it for me, and I just never went back to it. Gotta go by. All right, well, thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. There we go. Do a little bit of that. Get some dark oak. We're just gonna get a few of these. I don't probably need that much dark oak because I don't use it that often, but I do like dark oak in certain circumstances. I may actually tweak the dark oak plank texture a little bit. I haven't decided yet. Just kind of to make it a little bit more gray, just so it's not quite as clashy. Because the problem with dark oak is that it's almost a little bit too saturated, so it doesn't work in all builds. We'll see. Things that I've always thought about. Watching your Mesa Hermitcraft. It's a great and very fun series. GG for Wells. Indeed, GG. Did I start using a new texture pack? No, this is actually... so this texture pack, this is my own texture pack that I made myself. And this Kingdom's world is the only world that I use it for. This texture pack is basically designed specifically for my vanilla single-player series. And what it does is it essentially maintains the feel of vanilla Minecraft, but it just tweaks little things that bother me about the vanilla textures. Like birch, for example, doesn't look completely terrible in this texture pack. Granite is dark, like a very dark gray, like a charcoal color, instead of an ugly red. Diorite looks like cobblestone, except lighter. Little things like that. But there are often times when you go throughout the world and you can't even tell that there's a texture pack enabled. use your texture pack all the time. It's awesome. Glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. There we go. Let's do like one more dark oak tree, and then I think we'll be done with the dark oak gathering. And that should be enough to hold us off then for a while. Yeah, granite and diorite are actually usable in my texture pack. It's a miracle. Like, I don't know how they could make the texture that ugly in vanilla. It's just, the vanilla texture pack. Like, I love certain things about it, and then there are things about it that I'm just like, Mojang, why you do this? Why you make diorite look like bird poop? You know? Why you make granite look horrendous and terrible? Whereas here, in this texture pack, they're actually useful. Do I plan to make changes to glowstone? Yes, definitely. I just haven't decided what I'm going to do for a glowstone texture. But there will absolutely be a glowstone texture change to something. I'm leaning towards some sort of like a lamp. Some sort of like a medieval-esque lamp for the glowstone texture. But I don't want it to look just like the redstone lamp because I already have that texture available to me. Alright, so I think we've probably got enough dark oak now. I think we're good there. And I don't know that I actually really need any other stuff. So, let's see if we can just return this stuff to where it belongs, to our storage room. And then we'll check our resources, see if there's anything else I really need to get more of right this very minute. And if not, we're going to do a little bit of building. Am I going to play the new Zelda? I don't know if I will or not. I don't actually have the console for it. At this point, but do I like cats? I'm actually really not a cat person. I'm a dog person. I always have been. Never really been a fan of cats. Always been someone who absolutely loved dogs, though. Let's put that in there, saplings over here. Did I put this ender chest or shulker box? Didn't we have a shulker box that had a bunch of spruce and stuff in it? Ender pearl. What did I do with that shulker box? Did I leave a shulker box just like lying out in the woods with a bunch of spruce and stuff? Oh, no. I already emptied that chest. I'm losing my mind, guys. It's become very clear to me that I am slowly going insane. Okay, so my favorite dog's brand? Do you mean like breed? Like breed of dogs? Because I'm not really too picky. Like, mostly it's a size thing for me. Like something like Labrador sized or like Husky sized. As long as it's not like a lap dog, I'm good with it. Actually, the first Hermit Crafter YouTuber that I watched ever, and I love your content. Can't wait till you're full time. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to kind of sneak over here. Do I have any dogs right now? No, I do not. Not at the moment. There are a couple of family dogs from when I was growing up that still live with my parents. But my current house does not actually allow pets without a significant security deposit. And the dogs that I did have, or do have, depending on how you want to look at it, they're not really mine. They're more my dad's. Favorite color shulker box? I don't really care. They're all fine. System Z, I don't know if he's still in here. He found a really cool use for the gray ones as like vents, which I thought was very clever. I know he was in here before, but let's just toss one of those over there. Okay, so let's kind of get a look at this style to kind of refresh what I was thinking. I think we kind of need to lay some of this stuff out, honestly. Do I have any blocks that I can just... Wow, we are really low on stone. We're really low on stone over here. That's alright. I know where I've got tons of it. Easy fix. Let's go get some stone. City skylines? I don't know. I'm not super big on city builders. Like, they're okay. They're alright, but, I don't know. Feelings on the B-Dubs pack with Auto Mix Cobble. I do like the B-Dubs texture pack a lot. In fact, this texture pack that we're using is definitely inspired by B-Dubs texture pack, without a doubt. Like, and it's kind of hard to say otherwise, even if I wanted to. I do like the B-Dubs texture pack. However, I think in some cases, his texture pack takes it a little bit too far, if that makes sense. But that's just me. What did I come here for? Oh, yeah, stone. Right. Let's just grab one of these shulker boxes. Actually, let's grab 2 of them. That should be good. And let's head over. Actually, we're going to need some birch. Oh, I put the birch. All the birch we gathered is already over there. Yeah. Okay. Will I make a modern version of Kingdoms? Probably not, no. Modern is not really a style that I am very good at or that I really enjoy all that much. Like, it's cool to build a modern house occasionally, but I'm way more interested in building kind of a medieval, rustic type style. It's a lot more fun for me. What do I really want? Slabs and stairs for things that should have slabs and stairs. End of discussion. Like, that's all I really want, more than anything else. Okay. You go in there. You also go in there. There we go. We have stone. And we've emptied out another shulker box, which is always good. And I'll put a bunch of these in here as well. Not enough to fill it, but a decent amount. There we go. That's all good. That's fine. We're fine there. We've got a decent amount of diorite. This is just an empty chest at the moment. Okay. So we need to kind of sort... actually, these can go... Do I not have a... Oh, I know where it is. It's been a while since I've been over here. Are you a Chisels and Bits fan? Absolutely. Absolutely. The amount of detail you can get with Chisels and Bits is pretty insane. It's very cool. Very, very cool mod. Okay. Yes, Kibbles and Bits. Also a fan. Not really. Kibbles and Bits, I've heard, do not taste very good if you're a human. What FPS bitrate am I using? Right now, I'm using... I think I'm in 720p 30 FPS, and then a 2000 for my bitrate, I believe, because I'm not a partner streamer. So, I don't get transcoding. Is it transcoding, I believe it's called? I don't get those options where you can pick your quality. Bring back Stardew Valley? That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. I might do that. I know you play mostly vanilla, but there's a mod called Building Bricks. Yep, and that will be in certain mod packs that I play. I think for a series like this, like Kingdoms, if you're going to have a vanilla series, it needs to actually be a vanilla series. I think, I mean, there's certainly a place for mods. Don't get me wrong. You guys know that I love modded Minecraft, but at the same time, if you add mods to a vanilla series, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a vanilla series. So, there is that. Oh, I do have, well, I do have transcoding now. That's true. Because I've got, what do we have, 260 people watching at the moment? That's crazy. But when I, like, it's not a guaranteed thing for me. It's a maybe if you are, you know, maybe if there are enough people around, you can get transcoding. So... What happened with Simply Magic? I got bored of it. I just got tired of it. It is what it is. Welcome back from dinner, TCW. Okay, what did I come over here for? Oh yeah, I remember. Stone needs to go in the stone thing. There we go. Will you make a modded version of Kingdoms? No. And the reason for that is this. Kingdoms is meant to be the kind of penultimate world that I will ever have. It will be, this is it. This is the one. Whereas modded Minecraft, you really can't do that because a truly vanilla world you can upgrade to new versions of the game as the game updates, right? So like this world was started in 1.10 And now that 1.11 is coming out, I can upgrade to 1.10 and not have to, or upgrade to 1.11 without having to worry about it. Whereas, oh, that was amazing flight right there. Whereas with a modded world, you are almost never, in fact, it's almost impossible for you to be able to switch between Minecraft versions. So if I start a mod pack that's like a 1.10 mod pack, you know, 2 years from now, it's going to be very outdated and I'll be on an ancient version of Minecraft. And I don't want to do that. So no, I will probably never start a modded Kingdoms. Am I a fan of League of Legends? Never played it. Never really played any MOBAs, to be honest. Idea for Souls to make the main streets large? Yes, that is something that needs to be done. These streets need to be widened and maybe recessed down a little bit as well to add some depth. Do I play with custom world settings? No, I don't. How many kingdoms do I have? 3 main ones, and then there's some little projects. Actually, let's go take a look at some of the projects. Why not? We're going to take a little peek. Just joined What's Happening. We're peeking around the world. We're going to go look at a couple little minor projects that are hidden throughout the world. This is Kingdoms. This is my vanilla single-player world. Let's go. Oh, actually 4. I totally forgot about this kingdom, and that's ironic because this is our most recent kingdom that we're working on. Over here, this is our Ravine Kingdom, which we've named Rathnor. Actually, this is probably something I could work on right here, this tunnel. Maybe we'll do that. So, over here we've got a little bit of a ravine village kind of going. Just started very, very early, but we've got a little storage room over this is more of like a builder's outpost, I guess, right here. A couple chests, a bed, crafting table, furnace, just in case, you know, as I'm working over here, I have a place to store stuff. We've got a little workshop over here, kind of a gizmos and gadgets place. And then up here, I believe this is our Cave of Shinies. Yeah, Cave of Shinies. Here you go. And this is kind of loosely based on like a goblin town. If you watch like The Hobbit, and you look at Goblin Town, this is kind of loosely based on that. Basically a series of caves and little like rope wooden pathways and things like that. So anyway, that's Rathnor. That's my 4th kingdom. But then we've got the outpost of Altoum, we've got the farming village of Venona, we've got Solus, the city of light, and then we've got Rathnor, the ravine village over there. What program did I use to make your texture pack? Photoshop. Photoshop all the way. Photoshop and Paint.net, actually. I also use Paint.net just because it works pretty well if you're just looking to do like very minor changes. A pixel here, a pixel there. It's pretty easy, very intuitive. How old am I? I will be 27 at the end of this month. There we go. Actually, since we're kind of low on mossy cobble, why don't we just grab any that we come across as we go along here? Is this modded? No, this is vanilla. This is my vanilla single-player world, Kingdoms. Do I play Spore? Nope, not really. I have played it, but I don't play it anymore. It's been a very long time since I've played it, actually. There we go. Any more mossy cobble kind of... Ooh, hello, lava. How long have Wifey and I been married? I think we're at like 2.5 years now. Need a series called Fix My Build, where you go fix people's builds. I actually had a series called Building for Dummies quite a while ago, and that's kind of what that was. I linked up with a friend of mine who's very new to Minecraft and very not good at building, and I kind of taught him what he was doing wrong and how to make his builds better. And it was a while ago, so I mean, I certainly would change some things about it now, but yeah. Building for Dummies. I use Windows. Let's see. Put that here. Podzol. That's not Podzol. That's Podzol. Why is the sandstone in the Podzol chest? That makes no sense. Eggs. Okay. Oh, I got an itch behind my ear. It's terrible. All right, there we go. Can you teach me to build better? Absolutely. Just watch my videos. Let's see. Let's pop up here and head into the Nether. I want to kind of show a couple things off over here that you guys may not have seen. Android over Apple. I've also got all these nether bricks here that are smelting up, because these are going to be needed in massive, huge quantities for our nether tunnel. The project that never ends. The project where I may have bit off a little bit more than I can chew, to be entirely honest. Let's actually just craft some of these up so that we have some space. There we go. And like so. Beautiful. There we go. So down here, this is the tunnel design. And I admit, I think this tunnel design is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and I love it. But it takes a little while. As you can see, it's only very partially completed. So if we head down here, we've got a couple areas that we can get to. These tunnels have all pretty much been decked out except for this middle, except for this long main portion. Down here, we've got an ocean monument. Down here is our Ender and our end portal room and our cactus farm, which I'm not going to go down because it would be spoiler-tastic. Thered be spoilers everywhere. Let's head over here to the ocean monument. And I think there's also a jungle here as well, I believe. We'll see. Yes, the mule is just hanging out in the tunnel. Why not? Am I going to make another kingdom? Maybe eventually. Not right now. That's something that would be kind of tedious, to be honest, just because of all the things that are constantly trying to kill you in the Nether, like ghasts. But there's right down here. Right down there, we got an ocean monument. And then over here, we've got a jungle. So that's actually a pretty convenient portal for various things. If you want to get jungle wood or, any of that kind of stuff. Speaking of which, while I'm here, I probably should get a little bit of jungle wood, because that was another thing that I was pretty low on. And then we've also got a tunnel that goes to a mesa around here as well. I mean, we've had like 65, 66 episodes in this world so far, so things are coming along. There's a lot of stuff to see and a lot of things that have been done, but there's still many things left to do. There will always be more things left to do. The nice thing about kind of assigning lore to your worlds is that it really kind of helps you stay interested and kind of gives you ideas of what you should build. Because if you start a village, right? Say you start a village and you're like, I want to build a rustic village. And you're like, okay, cool. So I've got this super awesome rustic village. It helps if you assign a story, because then you can start thinking about, okay, well, what would these people do? How would they work? They would make their living by, I don't know, farming. Okay, well, that means that they make their living through farming, so that means they're going to have livestock and they're going to have farms, so I can build those. And then since they've got livestock, they would really need a blacksmith to do, like, horseshoes and things like that. So then I make a blacksmith, and then you make houses, and then you know what I mean? It just kind of grows from there. So it's a good way to kind of stay inspired and continuously help yourself come up with ideas of what to build in your worlds. That's really the big reason that my worlds have kind of a lore and a story to them. I mean, it's cool to have a story, but it's also very beneficial to have one just because it helps you stay inspired. Let's get all this stuff too. There we go. All right. One jungle tree. I think that's probably enough jungle wood. I don't really need that much because I don't use it that often. But I was running pretty low on it, so get a couple stacks. It's all good. Whoo! Lots of Endermen. All the Endermen. Oh, you know what? I just realized. I may actually not... Oh, no. My portal's over here. We're good. Rustic? Rustic is kind of like... how do you explain rustic? Rustic is kind of like rural, country, sort of... Not so much medieval, but like kind of pioneer... old and traditional? Yeah, that would be... I don't know. It's kind of hard to... It's kind of hard to explain, now that I actually think about it. But yeah, kind of traditional country, pioneer, rustic, rural, you know, something you may have found. Like an example, a log cabin would be very rustic. That's an example of something that would be rustic. And our mace is down there, but I don't think I've actually built anything. Yeah, cabin in the woods would also be rustic. Like Iskal's western area, I wouldn't really call Iskal's, well, maybe. I wouldn't necessarily call that rustic. I'd call that more western. Like, there is a distinction between the two. Am I ever going to search for a woodland mansion? Yes, I need to build a villager breeder first, though, because I can't find any villagers that have the cartographer. When I did the first video where I was exploring 1.11, I looked for hours for a cartographer villager and couldn't find one. When am I going to go on Hermitcraft? I will go on Hermitcraft when I do. I don't know. I'll get to it eventually. I'm not really in a hurry. I've got all day. It's all good. There we go. Let's deposit our jungle wood. Jungle wood goes in there. Oh! Accidental ender pearl. Just out of curiosity, what are we at for uptime? Almost 4 hours. Holy cow. What do I think about Planet Coaster? It looks fantastic. It looks pretty good. I may consider it, although I don't really have time to add any new games right now until something else goes away. So we'll see. Total War will probably be the next series to end just because it's a real skeleton. How'd you get in here? Go away. Just because Total War, I'm actually fairly close to completing my Total War campaign. I've probably got maybe another 5 to 10 episodes, I'm guessing, before I complete the campaign. So this is not Hermitcraft. This is my single-player world. Let's go for a little walk in the woods. This is we were talking earlier about landscaping. This has all kind of been landscaped a bit. It's not perfect. And normally I would go through and remove the flowers, but I wanted a little bit of color here because extreme hills biomes like this are really not amazing for color. Like, they're just not very lush. There's our skeleton farm. There we go. Come over here. Favorite YouTuber and Twitch person? Why, thank you. There we go. I like the campaign videos most. Yeah, I agree. I like online battle. The thing that I like about Total War online battles is that they're very short and digestible. You know, it's like a 10-minute video. You don't have to like block out a huge chunk of time to watch one of those videos. But at the same time, I think the Empire, the campaigns are a lot more fun overall. So, okay. So, we are here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very short break, get a coffee refill, or actually a water refill. I'm not drinking coffee anymore, but get a little bit of a drink refill, stretch my legs a little bit, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. In the meantime, enjoy some lovely Josh Woodward music.